let's talk about the business side a little bit of selling sample packs. And I don't want to like get in your pockets too much, but as an independent producer or any producer, an upcoming producer who's creating sample packs, uh, obviously you started, I mean, you just kind of created your own sound, packaged it, and what was the next step? Like you put it up on Shopify. How did you start to get to the point where you were making sales consistently and got to fucking volume 80?
Yeah. In the beginning, I did volume one, and I work with a graphic designer to do the cover.
Uh-huh.
It was all an experiment because at the time I had just heard other kits from other producers, you know, and so I was like, okay, I want to do it my way, and so you know, obviously organize the drums in the folders. I'm real meticulous with it, so I made sure it was labeled right. There was no like pops or clicks in the beginning or end, and the sound sounded like as good as I wanted from my ears.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time, getting the sounds right and getting the labeling right and the organization and everything. And then I just uploaded it. At the time I was using the service called Selfie or Selfie.
Yeah.
And I put it up on there, and honestly, pretty much immediately, the sales started coming in pretty consistently, which
Really.
it surprised me. I think it was just because,
It was unique.
yeah, it was a unique product, and just that, um,
I gotta
drum.
say the way you titled it though, drums that knock, I think that's the first thing that jumps at you because at the time, if I remember correctly, at the time no one was really doing sample packs that were focused so heavily on like drums that knock. You know what I mean? So you really took that lane and just ran with it. And I think that's why probably it was so appealing to producers because they were like, they knew what it was right away. You know what I mean?
Totally, I appreciate that. I think another thing, there was already so much conversation in the producer community. Like, I find one thing about producers is sometimes they'll have magic thoughts about what is making their sound the way it is. Be like, oh, it's that limiter. Oh, it's this program I'm using. I
Yeah.
just wanted to take all that shit away and just be like, yo, just load these up. You can use fucking GarageBand if you want.
Yeah.
You're going to be good. It's all about having good samples. It's not about the program you use, and they're all the same.
Mm.
So, you know, I think that was the appeal. Like I wanted everyone from, a pro to a beginner to be able to load them up and just have their stuff sounding great.
Right. Right. Okay. So you put out volume one, sales start coming in consistently.
Yep.
And then did you kind of have a moment where you were like, oh shit, I'm onto something. And then you immediately start working on volume two, or what was that transition like?
Exactly. I think because I saw it starting to do well, and producers talking about it, it just kind of gave me the invitation to just keep going with it, keep getting better, keep making the kits better. And so what's funny is volume one I did pretty quickly. Every kit after that was like incrementally taking more time to do because I always wanted to make the next kit better than the last. So I spent infinitely more time on two, infinitely more time on volume three, volume four. And has gotten to a point now where it was less of like a product idea and more of like, I want this to be a work of art. I want this kit to be like, you could take any kit out there and put it next to it, and this is gonna, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be really different, and it's gonna have its own energy.
Right. That's dope. That's what's up, man. I'm happy for you, bro. You're kind of you've to me, you're like a great example of how you can innovate a lane that's already crowded and still be successful. You know, it's just about figuring out what your thing is or what your lane is, or just making a great product at the end of the day. I always tell people that it's like people want to know how to get more followers, how to get fans. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, you just gotta have a fucking good product, like good music. You gotta have good content. You whatever it is that you're doing, you just good samples. That's really where everything starts from.
100%. It's totally about that. And the thing, and I like what you said, just having a good product. If you, I see a lot of people doing, um, you know, copycat products. It's like the same thing that's already been done.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is it's nothing new and innovative, so it doesn't give your audience like the incentive to pick it up. So
Right.
I think that's the name of the game. Having a good product, whether it's like something new and different or just something that's been done, but making it your own or doing something that is completely new. I think that's the key. I think you nailed it with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, man. So would you say you've made more than more than half a million off of your sample packs?
Oh man, I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to look into it, but it's been really good. Um, and I've gotten 5 million downloads. So
On
and and
like
that's like
total?
including that, yeah, that's including like individual sounds on Splice and the packs and things like that. So it's definitely been good. I can't speak on how much, I'm not exactly sure, but it's
Jesus
been real
Christ.
solid, man. It's been real solid.